Okay, we have a different project here on RooStock Collective that has gained funding. Okay, as of this morning or yesterday, RooStock Collective just posted that they have issued out a $64K on grant on RooStock to project, which Vuitton is among, Bolt is among, and the rest of it. So these things are what inspires me about these guys. It shows that it's a project made for the community, by the community, and for the community. So here you have people who believe in what you do, support you in real time, not just about the likes and retweets. No, they support you, they vote for you. You submit your proposal and get funded to build. You get, so that's the thing that gives me that chill feel about RooStock. Like it's a nice thing, and I believe in the long run it will be better and bigger.
Hello, this is the Bitcoin Libertarian. Our guest today is Chek Wube Peters, a visionary visual and product designer, passionate Bitcoin believer, and the design lead at NOM Africa, where he's empowering the next generation of African creators. As a dedicated RooStock ambassador, Chekwube is at the forefront of bringing smart contracts and DeFi to Bitcoin secure layer 2 ecosystem, helping builders craft the apps that last from just charging hackathons and delivering talks like Build to Last at events such as the Anambra Web3 conference, to championing stablecoins like Dollar on Chain and learn and earn programs like Rootcamp. Chekwube isn't just designing interfaces, he's designing pathways for financial sovereignty in emerging markets. Today we will talk about his project, his Bitcoin journey, and how Rootstock is revolutionizing Bitcoin Fi in Africa. Chekwube, I don't know if I'm doing the correct pronunciation. Welcome.
You're doing well. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How is the pronunciation of your name?
Chekwube, yeah, correct.
Chekwube.
Chekwube, yeah.
Chekwube. Excellent. So, Chekwube, the first question that I do to everyone is, how were you orange pilled?
Come again, please.
How were you orange pilled? How did you arrive to Bitcoin?
All right. Okay. So it's it's via a friend. The first time I heard about Bitcoin was back in 2015, when a friend of mine, who actually was a classmate of mine in the school, asked me to buy Bitcoin. And back then, Bitcoin was as low as she asked me to buy Bitcoin worth of 15,000 naira, like in Nigerian currency, 15,000 naira, which is supposed to be a whole lot by now. But then, as a struggling student, and I was just not buying into it. I was thinking is another Ponzi scheme without education about it. Like, I have not had anything. Just the first time I'm hearing it from somebody, and they're asking me to buy already, and I was not. I don't know much about it, so but I didn't buy into it. So not until 2018, when I had my first Web3 education by Ethereum Foundation. So we had a class which was organized by Web3 Lagos, Web3 Bridge in Lagos. So they championed the cohorts. So that was when I had everything I need to know about blockchain and the cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin inclusive. So after then, that was when I started going into research about Bitcoin. Then I came across RooStock by my friend who also worked in RooStock. So she sent a link to apply as an Amber. So that was when I applied, and I had a user course in RooStock. After that was how my journey started, and I started earning from Bitcoin. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And talking about as an ambassador for RooStock, because I talk a lot with people from Latin America, because I think that RooStock was created by Argentinians. RooStock, Dollar on Chain, and all the big community is in Latin America. I never spoke with someone about RooStock in English. So explain to the audience what is RooStock and what does it do?
Okay, in a layman language, yeah, I'll explain to you. RooStock is a combination of Ethereum programmability and Bitcoin security. RooStock is a layer 2 sidechain to Bitcoin. RooStock gives developers the platform for them to be able to build on Bitcoin. Before now, it's only security about Bitcoin. There is no programmability on Bitcoin. You can only use it as a value. But with RooStock provided a platform for developers to actually build DeFi's, dApps on it. So that's what RooStock is all about. So it's for them to understand better, let them see it as the combination of Ethereum, programmability, and RooStock and Bitcoin security.
Exactly, because RooStock, I think that is validate because RooStock use their native currency is also validated by Bitcoin miners, right?
Yes, yeah. ROBTC.
RBTC is validated by Bitcoin miners. And how did you started working with RooStock, and what do you do for them in Nigeria?
What I do for them in Nigeria?
Exactly.
So I organize meetups. I organize meetups in Nigeria to talk about Bitcoin and RooStock. Yeah, to spread the news about to teach people about building on Bitcoin via RooStock. Yeah, I also attend meetups, events, web conferences where I speak and talk about RooStock as well and its ecosystem.
Perfect. And how is the community, the RooStock community there in Nigeria?
So we are building, we are still in the early stage of building one. So because we were focusing on the global community for RooStock to build it to be strong. But this is supposed to be a secret for me because I am championing the building of the African community. So I am having a new task upon me to build a stable community for Africa, starting from Nigeria. Yeah.
Excellent. And why do you say, for example, when I read that Bitcoin, that what capabilities of smart contracts do RooStock propose to the Bitcoin ecosystem, and why it is a game changer for buildings?
Okay. So first of all, you know, for RooStock, if you have already started building on other chains like Ethereum, is EVM compatible, right? So if you are building on Ethereum, you can port that project into Bitcoin without changing the code, without changing the coding language. Yeah. So and it's easy to learn. And RooStock has a ton of tools in its ecosystem to enable developers to build fast and also to build easy and fast. So the thing people faces these days is how to use tools to build, right? But with RooStock, it's made easy. There are tons of tutorials, documentation, proper documentation that are simplified, and also we even have down to AI tools that will enable developers to build fast. So that's what's special about.
How do you integrate the AI tools, and which AI tools do you integrate for developing in RooStock?
We have cookbook. So it's more like where you prompt the AI to probably prompt it to show you probably maybe documentations or smart contracts. Just it's a cookbook AI integrated to RooStock dev tool. It helps the people to build fast. Like it stands as an assistance for people to build fast. Yeah.
So it's like an AI that do coding and can create the apps for you in the RooStock network. Interesting. And which projects are you seeing that are being developed in Nigeria for RooStock?
You said what? Come again?
Which projects, is there any project that is being developed in Nigeria thanks to RooStock?
Not yet. That's the reason why we want to create a community and get people to start building on RooStock, building a native project for on RooStock by Nigerians builder. So we need to put more effort for and support for these guys for them to be able to build projects that last. Unlike other projects like Lisk and Solana ecosystem. So we are trying to build something big like that.
Interesting. And are you a developer?
Okay, so a product designer, a community builder, and a graphic designer. I'm also a front end developer. So yeah, so I have my ideas around there.
And what do you think that which products being developed in RooStock can help Nigeria economic ecosystem?
Okay, so we have the dollar on chain, a stable coin built on Bitcoin. So and we know Nigeria is currently facing some economic issues and trouble, which is the devaluation of the currency naira, and so getting people to use doc is a game changer for them, and also uh, um, educational stuff, building educational products project on RooStock will help a lot of developers to scale, and also we have tons of ideas that can actually grow the ecosystem in Nigeria. So
Is there a lot of people using dollar on chain in Nigeria?
nah, just few.
That's few, because I'm sure you know Manu Ferrari.
Yeah. My guy.
So I will be meeting him tomorrow, and I will let him know if the people in Nigeria. In fact, we are helping we have a newsletter, because I'm Argentinian, but I'm based on Hong Kong. So I start all my content in English, and now we are doing more in Spanish. But we are promoting in our newsletter the usage of dollar on chain. Can you point for our audience what are the advantages of using dollar on chain?
Okay. First of all, is being pegged is its collateral is on Bitcoin, so it's not like the regular stable coin, which is pegged to fiat. Okay, so there is zero downtime, zero depeg, and it is what it is. Security is upfront is tight. So using dollar on chain, it's a game changer.
Yes. Besides that, is decentralized, different to all the other stablecoins, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with dollar on chain is decentralized, so you don't rely on a big company that is issuing this stable coin.
Exactly. You don't rely on them. You don't rely on them to to print more stable coin and oh yeah, no.
Yes, and what can
And
happen at the end of the day?
and
Yes,
on that, the Bitcoiners can actually mint their own dollar on chain using their Bitcoin as collateral.
yes. Can you explain the process of how mint the dollar on chain, how the dollar on chain is created?
You know, it's a technical thing, and I think the best way is to direct them to read up the documentation on Money on Chain website, and everything is there, and it's on plain English. People they can understand it very well. So yeah,
Yeah, but basically, as far as I understand,
basically,
you can use yes.
basically, for example, I own a Bitcoin, and I want it to be on a stable coin. I want to create a stable coin that allows me to spend it easier, easier. So I'll just mint um, a stable coin on Bitcoin, which is dollar on chain, using my Bitcoin as a peg.
Yes, but I think that first you need to convert into RBTC, right? Or something like that. I think that the process is sorry if I don't do it correctly. Is you have one Bitcoin. This Bitcoin you convert into RBTC. That is the
Yeah, you
Bitcoin
bridge
from
it first.
Rootstock,
Yes.
and then you lock this Bitcoin, and you earn some yield, I think, with this locked Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And with this locked Bitcoin, I think that you have the 30% of 30% of this is used for creating the dollar on chain, right? I think that this is over collateralized like 3 times or something like that.
5 times. Five times.
5 times. It's excellent. So that's the point.
That,
Like
that's
for
because
each,
that's the reason behind it is that so that when the price drops, when the price of Bitcoin drops, it doesn't affect the amount of Bitcoin available for the dollar exchange. It doesn't affect the price. It doesn't affect the value.
that's the point. I thought that was 3 times. So exact. So how it works is you put one Bitcoin, you transfer, you convert into RBTC, you like lock this Bitcoin, and let's say for simple case, if Bitcoin is 100K US dollars, you have 20K dollar on chain, right? So that's the collateralization.
Yeah, you're correct.
Excellent. Excellent. And it's difficult because when you're creating communities, what are the biggest challenges to explain people about Rootstock, about dollar on chain, when probably they are accustomed to other more mainstream protocols?
Okay, so first of all, the biggest challenge we are going to have is basically trying to is just the education on Bitcoin side, trying to increase the education on Bitcoin, because right now in the African ecosystem, especially in Nigeria, there are other chains that are striving very well, that are striving like for example the Ethereum, the Lisk, the Solana. Yeah, they are doing things. They are providing grants and funding for their builders to build a real life use cases for them to build on their chain. So I believe if RooStock can step up the game in that aspect, I think it will be more easier for people to onboard. With what I have explained so far to people, to developers in Hackathon in Nigeria and in conferences, they are all eager to dive in, to check out, to build on stock. So that's it.
I think that's a big uh, problem, because of course these from the companies that have the Ethereum, Solana, they are companies, they have money to fund
Yeah,
the builders to start building on their chains, while on the other side the Bitcoin developers, we have all these that is more like foundations, it's more like money that the community puts. So probably the way to evolve is a little bit difficult. But I think that is evolving. So as a RooStock ambassador, what is the latest evolution in the programs that they are running there, and how it's turning African devs into Bitcoin L2 builders?
okay. First of all, we have an ongoing activator program going on, Activator 3.0, where you are allowed to pitch your idea, pitch an idea you want to see on RooStock or its ecosystem. Yeah. So and get rewarded when the idea is being reviewed, and if it's validated, you get rewarded. And also as a builder or as a creator, you can come up and also claim any idea you see that has been approved, right? You check any idea that you see there, and if it's something you can work on, yeah, you work on it and submit it and get rewarded for it. So that particular one is dragging attention in Nigeria because I explained it in both the hackathons and conferences. So they showed a high level of interest. Yeah. So by doing that, people, yeah, they will start getting interest in building on Bitcoin.
Exactly, and knowledge that this is funded by the RooStock Collective, right? The RooStock Collective grants.
Yes, RooStock Collective. Yeah.
And how how is fostering a mission-driven community the RooStock Collective, and what's the one reward story that's inspired you to work on that?
Come again.
How let me go again. Let me go it again. So like how Roostock Collective is fostering a mission-driven community, and what's one reward story that has inspired you from Roostock Collective?
Okay. We have a different project, yeah, on RooStock Collective that has gained funding. Okay, as of this morning or yesterday, RooStock Collective just posted that they have given out they have issued out 64K dollars on grant on RooStock to project which Vuitton is among, Bolt is among, and the rest of it. So these things are what inspires me about these guys. It shows that it's for it's a project meant for the community, by the community, and for the community. So yeah, you have people who believe in what you do, support you in real time, not just about the likes and retweets. Nah, they support you, they vote for you. All right. You submit your proposal and get funded to build. You get, so that's the thing that 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 gives me that chill feel about Rootstock. Like it's a nice thing, and I believe in I mean, in the long run, it will be better and bigger.
Excellent. Yes, yes, yes. And you were part of the Anambra Web3 Hackathon, and you were a judge, and you spoke on Build to Last. What RooStock specific ideas stood out, and why does longevity matters for the apps on Bitcoin L2?
Okay, so basically, I only shared about how to build to last, how to build to last. Sorry, excuse me. So, how to build to last, right? Excuse me, just excuse me.
No problem. Take your time.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's a bit dark.
Take your time.
Okay, so yeah, at that conference, yeah, I have to teach these guys what it means to build to last, not just to build for the hackathon, right? You know what happens a lot with these um guys is that they will build um an idea, they will solve an idea just to win a hackathon, right? And by doing that, at the end of the day, after the hackathon, if they win or not, that project, that solution dies out. So I had to give them an instances and use cases why they should build and continue building after hackathon, and gave them the reason why building on RooStock um, will help them go a long way. You know, this thing about RooStock is that when you build on RooStock, you automatically inherit the community already existing on RooStock, right? So when you build a new project on RooStock, those people who are the supporters of RooStock will push you, will give you that boost, all right? Will give you that that I'm just lacking the word, that visibility. Yeah, you gain the visibility, and which is a key factor for people building, right? Once you get that shine, then people will get to see your project and get to use it. So I encourage them to build on RooStock and utilizing the advantages of the building on RooStock. So that was just it, and I was able to I was opportunity to be the judge, to be part of the judge, and so I imparted on them with my experience as a DevRel and also as a Bitcoiner and also a community person on RooStock. So that was it, and it was
And
yeah,
yes, continue.
and it was amazing because seeing young champs building and getting to reach the finals and pitch their ideas. It was amazing time for me. I really enjoyed it.
And which projects you saw in that hackathon? Which interesting projects you saw?
Yeah. Okay. So there is this particular team. They built a project on chain. They call it something. They call it a guard. Some like it's supposed to help a user to detect a scam transaction. It will help you to checkmate an address to see if it has been flagged before for fraud or scam. So before you continue a transaction on it. So that one stood out for me, and also Another one like the first runner up, they call them stack vote. The winners are called stack votes. Yeah, like cloud cloud storage on chain.
Oh,
So
interesting.
a cloud storage on chain. So that's what it's an interesting project, and I hope and believe to see them fine tune that project and push it out to the real world. So
Yes, interesting. And yes.
yeah,
No, yes, continue.
yeah, I'm done explaining about it. I'm done explaining.
Okay. So, and how do you see the African developers community? Do you see a good potential? Because I was talking with some people from, I don't remember, Kenya, I think, that is BTC Data and Data Devs, that
Yeah.
they are creating women to do development in Bitcoin. How do you see the developer activity in Africa?
Whoa. If I will give it in in general, including both all the like in Web3, in if we put all chains, both Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, whatever it is. But when it comes to blockchain ecosystem in Africa, we are doing a lot. There's a lot of work being seen in Africa. We have the number, first of all. We have the numbers and we have the support system, right? We support each other. So any project that comes to Africa always always boom, always yield good results. Once you invest in these guys, they and because first of all we have good talents. We have a lot of talents in Africa who
Yes.
are building good projects. So I will just give it to them. They are doing a whole lot. So it's just that
Yes, I
vision
think,
and support that
yes.
they
Yes, I think that, especially in Africa or Latin America, I think that there is a good level of developers around the world. But I think that in Africa and Latin America, people understand the problem and understand why we need Bitcoin, why we
yes,
need these solutions, and the developers are working a lot towards that.
they share a similar cases in the sense of currency devaluation. So it's a thing, it's a common issue, it's a common problem in these two continents. Yeah. So that's the reason why I think that's the reason why they understood the problem and fighting towards the same this thing, the same solution.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. And also, I think that these initiatives like RooStock Collective and all the community support give a lot of support to these developers to start building new tools on Bitcoin, right?
Yes. Yes.
And talking about your activity as ambassador in Nigeria, what do you do there? Do you do meetups? Do you teach people? Do you what is your activity there?
Okay. So sometimes we do uh a meetup where we can do some uh developers stuff where we do how to build a live demo on how to build on Bitcoin, like how to uh deploy your smart contract on Bitcoin and all that on RooStock. Yeah, sometimes we do the one that can cover both non-developers and developers. Like we do something that can benefit both users and devs, right? So they won't feel left out. That if you're not a uh, developer, you cannot use RooStock. No. So we always try to balance our activities in our meetups. And again,
And you organ
Africans, yeah, and again, Africans, are my audience if it comes to online activity because I'm in Africa. So with my posts, with my contents on X, I think you have seen them a lot. You have come across my contents a lot on X. So with that, we are doing that's part of my job to create content, get reached and all that. Yeah.
excellent. And how often do you organize meetups in Nigeria?
Yeah, we used to do 2 times a month and sometimes once, but lately it has been more of once a month.
Perfect. And in the meetups, it's just like people meeting, chilling, or it's more with speeches or something like that.
So yeah,
It-
sorry,
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 sorry.
sorry, it's fine. Okay, so sometimes it's a hands-on activity, yeah, where everybody build along with me or with the coach who will be with them that day, or it's more of like a talk, and sometimes the most times it's always a interactive section where people would discuss on how we can solve a real life problem in Nigeria on Bitcoin.
And for those who are builders, who are developers, and are trying to start building on RooStock
Yeah.
or Bitcoin L2, what is your biggest advice?
Can you revert? Can you revert, please?
Yes, for those who are builders, who are developers, and want to start building on Rootstock, what is your advice for them?
Okay, so my advice for them is simple. Rootstock is like it's a project that has developers at heart. They provide you with all the tools in any sector of the blockchain you want to build on, be it infrastructure, be it security, be it finance. So they have tools to aid your ideas, and they provide good documentation for you to read through. And they have support system. They have a community where you can actually paste if you have an issue. If you encounter an issue while building technical issue, the developer team on Rootstock are always there to help you through, to walk you through the issues and get you on speed. So that's it. So if you are building
Excellent.
to last, if you are building to last and building for security, like, because we all know that Bitcoin is the most secure chain on earth now. So we believe if you are building building your project that needs good security, Bitcoin and Rootstock is where to go. So that's it.
Excellent. And how do you see the future of the developing tools on Bitcoin, of building of Bitcoin using Rootstock?
The future, we always talk about future, but we believe that the future is now because we have amazing tools. Yeah, we have amazing tools right now because things that are not yet done before, even for other chains, we have them right now on Rootstock. And the pace and the progress of these things is just in a short while, which means the 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 future is getting closer. We are getting closer to it. We build it fast. They provide these things. They make researches every day to improve these things, these tools. All right. So I will always say, they say, there is this say I always use for people building, um, the future. RooStock is the future, and the future is now. But
Yes. And how,
the good news is that we are still early.
of course, we are super early. And how do you envision the future also of developing tools for Bitcoin in Africa?
Okay, so you know, I've been in contact with the RooStock team to provide more support for Africans building. And if you go to the Discord panels, there are dedicated panels for developers. If you have issue, if you encounter issues, um, you state it there, submit your issue there, and you will get attended to ASAP. So I am
Excellent.
trying to, and I'm trying to get a dedicated server for my African people so that they will get more attention. All right. So that's just it. If we get more attention, the tools will not be an issue.
Yes. And how many people are building in Africa in RooStock?
I don't have so much number to give, but I know just a few who are who are trying to integrate their um projects on RooStock already. So I think with time you will see them. I don't have to be the one to make the announcement. I'll give them the room to make the announcement themselves. Yeah.
Excellent. And talking in general, how do you see the future of Bitcoin?
In general, the future is of Bitcoin is going to be awesome. And
I think so.
I am happy that I will be one of the people who will be there to share the testimony again. So we have seen
That's the totally agree. I was telling, I remember we were talking about that a couple of years ago with a guest in my podcast, and it was like, we are now, probably we don't see now, but we are writing history.
yeah,
So we are people who we are writing in the future. We are going to be the OGs, and we are going to be we are writing the history of Bitcoin so
of
people in the
course.
future can study it.
Of course, of course. So I will be happy to when the time shall come, when the future finally gets to the present, and I will be so glad that my name will be one of the names that will be mentioned. That this guy is one of the OGs that talked to us about Bitcoin. Funny thing is that this year I think what I attended an event, a conference, and someone walked up to me and said that that he's happy to tell someone that he came with that I was the person that organized the first blockchain and Bitcoin event he has ever attended in his life, and that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now he's doing well for himself, and he's doing well in the Web3 ecosystem. So such thing gives me joy. That is the kind of thing I want to see. I want to see success stories. I want to see people testify that be- because I attended your meetup, because I was in your talk, and it's what I want to see. People building, keep building project that doesn't just die in the repo, projects that goes mainnet on Bitcoin. That's what I just want to see, because Bitcoin will come to a time where it will be the price might be a million, a million for Bitcoin or above that. So if you have the time, just utilize it now. Build what can give you returns of in Bitcoin, so that when the time comes, you'll be super rich. You'll be super wealthy,
Yes,
and the inflation and country economy will not affect you.
yes, but we see what we say is we are not here to become rich. We are here to become free. And I think that the being rich is going to be a byproduct. But I think that all of the people who is into the Bitcoin ecosystem, the builders, the maxis, everything, we are all looking for freedom.
Yeah, that's the reason
And
why
the
I said
byproduct
that's
is be
that,
the
that's the reason
wealth.
why I said um economic issues of a country will not affect you. You will be free from that.
That's the point.
So,
That's the
yes,
point. That's the
yeah,
main. That's the main point. And we need more people to build on Bitcoin because, as you said before, many people from Solana or Ethereum come here and put money to develop on their chains. I think that we must bring developers to build things on Bitcoin. And again, don't go because I remember you asked me if I'm in Buenos Aires for La BitConf or for Dev Connect. No way,
yeah.
no Dev Connect. Dev Connect is for shitcoiners. So we need people to build on Bitcoin and not in other chains because there is only one thing, and this thing is Bitcoin. And yes, what do you want to add?
I said it's only one. It's on just only one. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin or
That's
nothing.
the point. That's the point. Bitcoin or nothing. Yeah, I do agree with that, and that's why every day I wake up, I put in my eggs. Anything not Bitcoin is a scam. So you need to go and you need to study Bitcoin, and you need to, if you are a builder, you start building on Bitcoin. If you are a content creator, create content on
Okay.
Bitcoin. If you do a podcast, do a podcast on Bitcoin, because this is the revolution and we must reach all people in the world and teach them about Bitcoin
Yes, of course, and set them free.
and set them free. And the last question is, if you had the chance to sit down with Satoshi Nakamoto and have a talk what would you ask or say to him, to her, or to them?
Okay. This is one of our favorite questions on X Space. Anytime we are organizing a Twitter space, at the end of the space, we always ask this question.
Nice.
If I should ask him the question, I will ask him what motivated him, like was what did he see and how did he do it? Yeah,
Yes, totally agree, totally agree. And I like that you ask these questions every time you finish a space, because it's a good question to finish and to make people think about Satoshi, about how to communicate with him, with her, or with them, because we don't know who was, if was a man, was a girl, or if was
yeah,
a group of people.
yeah.
But future, I think that we can know a lot of things in the future, but we'll never know who is Satoshi. That's the magic of Bitcoin. And this adds another element of magic to Bitcoin.
The idea behind this thing is that I feel the idea is that if his identity was revealed, I think they would have tamed him. That's the only thing that they have not been able to do. They have not tamed Bitcoin, because if they know the creator, they will tame him and they will tame the idea. So
Yes.
I love the fact that
Yes.
he's anonymous. So that's just the thing. So because government can do anything just to censor anything.
Yes. Yes. Totally agree. So, thank you very much for your time. Anything else you want to add, and how people can contact you?
Okay, so it's easy. You just follow me up on X on Chekwube Peters. It's just there. My name. Just search my name. You'll see me. And of course, I am a lover of Bitcoin, and I will always be a lover of Bitcoin and every other thing built on Bitcoin. And I will always talk about it. And when you see my contents, please interact with it. Um, if you feel you want to sponsor any conference or event coming to Africa, because we need a lot of this support. It can be anything. It can be a moral support, shout out, educational support, like teaching people. Since you know this more than us, you can teach. We can connect um, virtually, and you teach about how to do this on Bitcoin. So if you are willing to do this, always reach out to me on X. My DM is always open for such interaction and all that. Yeah.
Excellent. Chekwube, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, and I wish you the best for you and for all the projects you are running.
Okay. So you for you, please, when you reach at the lab conf, please mention my name to them, tell them I say hi, and they should just say hi back to me. Take a picture, tag me to it. Any booth, make sure you go to all the guys on Rootstock. Go to their
Yes,
booth, yes, and just
yes. I will meet for sure Manu, because with Manu I have a very strong relationship
yeah.
virtually, because I never met him in person, but we are
Well,
organizing good stuff for the conference, because he's also the president of the Bitcoin Argentina organization. So I will be helping them to create content on the conference. And of course, I will be meeting. There is a guy called Gaku, I think, that is one of the founders of Rootstock. Another guy called Diego. Of course, I will
Diego,
let them know that
yeah,
I,
yeah, Diego is my
I,
guy.
I, I, I will let them know. I will let them know that that I was speaking with you. And tomorrow, when I release the podcast on YouTube, I will let them know. And of course, I will take pictures of the conference. I don't know if I will be creating a lot of content in English during the conference, because it's in Argentina. It's gonna be a huge content in Spanish, but we will talk a little bit about in English, and I will be uploading all the stuff on X, almost on live. I will be uploading on live. I will be speaking at the conference, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and if there is anything that is like a Bitcoin god or Bitcoin angel, you know, I will always refer to Diego as my Bitcoin angel for being part of people who created Rootstock and the amazing things they are doing. I love what they have created, what they have built. In years to come,
Excellent,
they'll
excellent.
really they'll really understand what I am trying to say, because it's going to set a lot of people free.
Yes, totally agree. And I will let them know your message, and I will send you pictures when I'm on the conference and some side events with them. And of course, I'm gonna onboard them to talk in our podcast, but in Spanish. It's gonna be our podcast in Spanish. Probably we can create some podcast in English, but let's see what future brings. So again, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. The best hope for your project, and hope the community grows a lot there in Africa. And we want to see more things doing in Africa to set the people free with Bitcoin. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ciao. Yeah.
And thank you very much to everyone who is on the other side. If you like the episode, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. With all these little activities, you help us a lot on our quest to paint orange the whole world. As I always say, share this episode with the people you love, share this episode with the people you hate, because we must reach 8 billion people and give them the orange pill. See you in the
Yo.
next episode of our podcast. Stay humble, stack sats, and remember, we are all Satoshi.
Yo.
And that's all for today. If you like the episode, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. Our X account is the Bitcoin _. Our YouTube channel is the Libertarian BTC. Our YouTube channel in Spanish is Libertarian BTC ESP. Our Patreon, the Bitcoin Libertarian. Our Instagram, the Bitcoin Libertarian. That's all. You can go there and follow us in all our social media.